Amunga, thank you for making time and joining us today.
Yes.
Well, let's just begin with the question that has been on everybody's mind. The kids have been out for 7 months out of school, and it's time that they're resuming back school. Is it time that they went back to school, or is the government feeling pressure to resume education, bearing in mind that the academic calendar has been on hold for a long time?
Yes, going back to school is important. It was very important that we go back to, that the children go back to school. That was a very, very important decision. The only problem that our government always has, just like Kwame Nkrumah said, it's like we are always late to catch the train. We are always doing things like, like ambulance chasers. So what has happened really is that schools have opened, yes, they are on, but so many things were not done in preparation to ensure safety of learners and the teachers as schools reopen. So schools have reopened, yes, they are reopening, but we are getting reports from all over today about transport hitches. There are problems about children traveling. There are so many national schools like St. Shimola Tewa. Children have to travel all the way from Kakamega or Kisumu. So transport is already a problem. There is congestion. The dorms are not ready. The school fees and the free education funds have not hit school accounts. So as I speak, no preparation seems to have been done the last 9 months that students were out of school.
But whatever you're saying is sort of in contradiction with the press conference that we saw yesterday, that Cabinet Secretary for Transport was there saying they've streamlined transport. The Cabinet Secretary for Health was there. The Cabinet Secretary for National Treasury had said funds have been redirected to school. So where's the disconnect when the government is saying that they're ready, but the reality on the ground shows a different picture?
Yes, you see, what the problem with our government ministries and ministers, for example, CSS, is that most times they end up coming up with what we call, they end up with something we call PR, public relations games. There's a lot of PR. I've accused them of that they lie to Kenyans that we are ready. The money has hit schools. I am a board of governor chairman in a school here in Nairobi, and I want to tell you, my school, where I am the signatory of the school account, has not received any money from the ministry. We are just trying to see if parents can bring in some school fees. Many of them have brought the children without fees. They are telling us they have no money. And being a public school, they're telling us the minister said it is free. Now, let me say this. Many times, whatever we hear from the ministry and from the ministers as they had their press conference, most of it is fake news. They try to play PR games. They try to please their masters who pay them. They try to catch the eye of the president to tell him maybe we are working. But the truth of the matter is very little is going on in our schools.
Amunga, what does it mean to reopen schools that have little to no funds, and also parents who are struggling to send back their children to school? What does it mean for the running of the school amid COVID-19?
Education cannot be politicized. Education is a very crucial that we must always be honest with the way we handle. I want to say that free education funds is yet to hit school accounts. Why? Why wasn't it even sent in November or in October? Why did we have to wait until the last week? Then the minister says that we have released money, and the truth of the matter, it has not hit the schools. So we are opening schools without money in school accounts. The CS transport, why did he have to allow children to start traveling when we still have curfews? If curfew is on and those protocols are still on, it means transport for children traveling from upcountry to schools in Nairobi, in Mombasa, in Isiolo have a problem. That's why all stages around the country right now are full with parents and their children waiting and seeking transport. Somebody not prepare. We have people sleeping on the jobs, and that is where the problem in Kenya is.
So if this is any indication to go by, what will education look like this term and the next terms to go by? Since COVID is still in the country, we're yet to get a vaccine. What will education look like, and how should parents and teachers prepare themselves?
Yes, what's going to happen is that at the end of the day, most of the learner in public schools will suffer. Those in big private schools, no problem. They are learning, even right now, they're learning online. In public schools, teachers will obviously start absenting themselves. Any of them coughing or showing any sign that is feeling unwell, they look for excuses to be out of school. So what's going to happen is that we are going to have many absenteeism is going to rise. And if any, we are going to start hearing reports of COVID-19 infections in schools. The moment we hear, for example, Kenya High, I'm giving an example, 5 girls are infected, panic grips in, and parents go to get their children out of school. When we hear, for example, Nairobi Primary, then that is going to be happening around. So what we can say for now is, let us brace for hard times to come.
The government, during the press conference, said the children have been insured with NHIF coverage. Previously, we've seen a lot of controversy with NHIF saying COVID is too expensive to cover. Do you think that the government is well prepared to take care of the health and safety of students as they go back to school?
Of course they are not. If they cannot provide masks for children in poor schools, if they cannot provide masks for public education teachers, surely how do you expect them to provide even medical care? If they can't provide PPEs for those frontline nurses and the doctors, surely can they do it for teachers and for learners in public schools? The answer is no. Government is not prepared to take care of our health, to take care of the protection of our children. We are on our own. That's what I want to tell. I'm a teacher for 21 years. I want to tell parents, you are on your own. It is you as a parent to take care of the safety of your child in that school. And it's for us teachers to try our level best to know how we can try and help to ensure that there is some safety in our schools.
As we almost come to a close, the academic calendar this year will have 4 academic terms. Do you think this is a good track to ensuring that we make up for the lost time?
That's a good question. Let me say this. Even the calendar, you call it the school calendar, the calendar that has just been released, is not putting in consideration so very many important things. For example, a calendar must have holidays. You cannot have children going for a break for 2 weeks or 1 week or 3 days. The reason why we came up with holidays and half terms, you see, this calendar has no even half term, is because our children will get restless in schools. They'll want to go home to be with their parents. They'll want to go and also enjoy the good food. Those who are in boarding schools, they want to go home and enjoy the good food at home. When you keep them in school for long, they start becoming rowdy. They'll ban the dormitories. They'll ban we teachers. They'll ban our cars. They'll demand for half term. So that calendar was not put in consideration of the learner, of the teacher, because we'll get fatigued. We can't teach for 8 months running without a holiday. That's going to be fatigue for even the teachers. And another thing, the reason why we do that, we have breaks, is because they say too much work without play makes Tom, or is it Jack, a dull boy. These children, their psychology is that they must also go out to play. You see right now, yesterday we were told they banned co-curricular activities, no games, no music, no drama. Honestly, is that learning? Or is that what is that? We don't understand as teachers. We trained as teachers. We know the importance of a break. We know the importance of co-curricular activities. We know the importance of music and drama and sports in schools. You can't tell us just remain in class for 8 months running without a break and you imagine anything's going on. Nothing will be going on. So all these things are misadvised. They are political statements. None of us who are teachers are being consulted. Those are statements made by guys whose children do not learn in our education system. Those are people whose children learn elsewhere, not in Kenya. That's all I can say for now.
Okay, Amunga, finally, how do we turn around the fate of education in this country? The fate of COVID is unknown, but education as is has resumed. How do you ensure these two things coexist and our children can be safe and still continue learning?
That's great. One, we need to think about quality education involves around 3 things: quality tools, quality teachers, quality environment. The quality tools here, we're talking about the classrooms, the desks. When you talk about people learning under a tree, obviously that's now going back to Stone Age. So those are not quality tools. In those developed countries, the online with COVID, technology must be impressed with COVID. We must go back to what they promised when they started telling us every child will have a laptop in standard 1. We must go back there. We must go back to technology. We must start talking about how we can do learning even from school, home learning. Not every child must go to school. So all these things must be explored as we continue to think about education and the future. And we also must start thinking about employing more teachers. We must start thinking about funding education more. And me, I tend to think getting more serious leaders to run the education system.
Amunga, thank you very much. That's where we leave it.
Thank you very much. Asante.
So it will air tonight.